Welcome to the Battle Drill Devotional podcast with Captain Rob Westwood-Payne.
Today is Monday the 25th of November. This week on the Battle Drill Daily Devotional podcast, we explore breaking down barriers, overcoming shame, finding true satisfaction, living a life of worship, and sharing the gospel. Each day we share hope and encouragement as we read and study the Bible together. Today we turn back to John chapter 4 and verses 4 to 8. He had to go through Samaria on the way. Eventually he came to the Samaritan village of Sychar, near the field that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. Jacob's well was there, and Jesus, tired from the long walk, sat wearily beside the well about noontime. Soon a Samaritan woman came to draw water, and Jesus said to her, "Please, give me a drink." He was alone at the time, because his disciples had gone into the village to buy some food. I have some news for you. Author Davey Wavy recently wrote, "Your brain is planning to remind you of the stupid thing you did 15 years ago in the early hours of tomorrow morning. It reckons on waking you up with a jolt after only 3 hours of sleep. Then it will spend much of the rest of the night replaying a list of your greatest mistakes. The spongy grey lump which sits between your ears is planning a real greatest hits retrospective, which will include every dumb thing you've ever said. That time you got it completely wrong with the person you really fancied and doomed yourself to a life of regret and loneliness. Every stupid choice you've ever made, and how people are only your friends because they pity you. It expects this will be complete by about 6:30 a.m, by which time you'll have to get up and go to work and pretend you're just fine. When asked, your brain says it intends to do this randomly at intervals for the rest of your life." Shame can be a powerful trap that keeps us from God. The Samaritan woman came to the well in the heat of the day, avoiding the cooler times when other women would gather water. Why? Likely it's because she was ashamed of her past. She had been married 5 times and was now living with a man who wasn't her husband. In a culture that condemned her lifestyle, she chose isolation over facing judgment. But Jesus met her right where she was. This interaction is profound because, as a Samaritan and a woman, she was the least likely person for a Jewish man like Jesus to be engaged with. Yet Jesus not only spoke to her, but he also asked her for help. This request breaks all social conventions, showing Jesus sees beyond cultural judgments and addresses the person in front of him with dignity and grace. For many of us, shame can keep us from approaching God. We may feel unworthy or afraid of judgment. But Jesus' response to the woman at the well reminds us that no sin is too great, no past too dark for him to offer forgiveness and love. His grace is available to all, no matter who we are or what we've done. In whole life discipleship, we are called to release our shame and walk in the freedom Christ offers. Whether you're struggling with past mistakes, guilt, or feelings of inadequacy, know Jesus meets you in your brokenness and offers restoration. He can even stop you from waking in a cold sweat in the early hours of the morning. Reflecting his love means treating ourselves and others with that same grace, releasing shame and embracing acceptance. Lord, thank you so much for meeting me in my shame and offering me grace. Help me to let go of the guilt that weighs me down and to rest in your love and acceptance. Teach me to offer that same grace to others, reflecting your mercy in all areas of my life. Amen. And today's reflection question for you: what areas of your life are still weighed down by shame? How can you allow Jesus to free you from it today? I hope you join me back here tomorrow for another Battle Drill Daily Devotional as we look to see where we can find happiness and security.
If you would like to subscribe to Captain Rob's Battle Drill Devotional, wherever you choose to listen to podcasts, or if you'd like to receive them direct to your inbox, head to www.equippinghispeople.com/devotional and follow the instructions.